also liked the beginning scene
if
when
you don't start a podcast, God's gonna kill your wife.
The beginning scene when the father is in World War II. So he's in World War II and he sees like one of his soldiers being crucified. Yeah. And it kind of sets the tone of the rest of the movie. One, with the violence, and two, of like, you think your religion is going to save you. Like, I make a joke out of your religion. Like, look at this horrible thing. I desecrate your religion. And, you know, I mean, I don't know if, you know, any soldiers were actually crucified by the Japanese. But during World War II, the United States soldiers who were captured notoriously were treated horribly.
Like our grandfather.
Our grandfather, who was not captured, but he did fight in World War II. Well, he was, yes.
In Japan.
In the Philippines.
Yeah, sorry.
But even besides...
Oh, yeah, I thought it was Japan. It's the Philippines?
Well, our grandfather... We never invaded Japan. We talked about this when we did Saga, that we never invaded Japan.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't know what I'm talking about when I say things.
Well, there is.
It was shot in World War II.
It was shot in World War II in the Philippines.
Okay. My bad.
But Japan kind of has always had very like rough relationship with Christianity, where there was a long time where like if you were Christian in Japan, it was like a death sentence.
Really?
Well, specifically Catholic, just because they saw like if these people are loyal to the Pope, then they're not loyal to the Emperor. And a lot of like, you know, these Jesuit priests were like land in Japan and then like be tortured and like forced to renounce their religion. So it kind of starts of just like this historic idea of like your religion is not going to save you. And I make a mockery of your religion, and it takes a tone for the rest of the movie because you see these characters think God is just going to come down and fix all their problems. They think that everything they do, it's because God is doing for them. You know, one, they're not taking credit for the good things they do. They're also not taking responsibility for the bad things they do.
Well, it is a weird dynamic of like, it's just sort of like this non-responsibility thing where it's just like, yeah, like you said, I mean, the good things are because of God, but then if something tragic happens, it's also because of God.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you're like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. And it is, I mean, you know.
Well, God wanted her. It was her time. And then if you, like, win the lottery, it's like, well, God he works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but it is a nut job.
Well, it is just a one-sided relationship, really. I mean, you could just argue. Yeah, I mean, you could just argue that God doesn't exist, but assuming that there is a God,
I don't think that's an argument, Greg.
Okay, assuming that there is a God, assuming that in the world of the devil all the time, there is a God. It's a one-sided relationship because it's people constantly praying towards him.
Hopefully
and
there
him
is a God. I don't know. I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to like, well, I don't want to die, but I guess we all have to at some point. But I'd like it to be just like, hey, no, just heaven, real thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be great.
You could drink.
And you can drink alcohol.
You could do whatever.
And you can do whatever you want. Not whatever. Eat chicken wings, whatever you want.
Watch football. Get blowjobs. By men and women. Dead and alive. Whatever you like. If you're into that sort of thing.
Okay. I saw...
God made a dead guy blow me. My first day in heaven.
Can we fucking not do this? It is...
That'd be weird, though.
I had a point, and I don't remember what it was.
That's what I do.
Okay. Well, I like this movie. I like it.
But we don't know anything about the director? Because I feel like that would be interesting to know. Like, what
I looked him up. I don't really know his work, and I don't really know the. I looked up the author of the book mostly. I was expecting him to be like a former priest or something, because this feels like the type of movie that like somebody who was a
jaded,
someone who was a religious person, kind of like the Dan Brown who wrote the Da Vinci Code.
Was he actually religious? Like,
he was a priest and he left.
Oh shit!
All I know is that he grew up in Knockemstiff, which is like where the movie takes place.
Yeah, it just sounds like a fake name.
Oh, it's a real town. Both of them, Knockemstiff and Cold Creek, are both real towns. And
what is it, Tennessee?
No, West Virginia and Ohio.
Sorry.
I mean, it's one of those.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it, but
and by the way, there's certainly parts of Long Island that could easily be West Virginia. So if you're like, you guys are from New York, no, we're not. No.
We're from Long Island, and there are parts of Long Island.
It's a scary place, believe me.
Yeah,
hills have eyes.
There's
the bagels have eyes.
There's every
that was fire.
No, that was fire. Bagels have eyes. Every type of American lives on Long Island.
Yes.
They've
all been kind of soaked in
they've all
olive
been kind
oil
of
and
soaked. They've been soaked in pesto sauce, and just have a little bit of garlic on
and
them.
A little homophobia over here.
That wasn't what I was gonna say.
A little I peaked in high school over here.